Hi, welcome to the Rittner Floral School in Boston, Mass. I'm Dr. Steve Rittner, and it's a pleasure to welcome you into our classroom today because we got something really neat to show you. What we're going to be showing you today is how to do a winter centerpiece. This winter centerpiece is really cool because it's got a secret. What's the secret? Keep watching. I think you're going to really enjoy it. Let's take a look closely at what we happen to have right here on the platform in front of you. If you look closely at the table, you'll notice that we happen to have a container. The container has a block of foam in it. We have a candle and a hurricane lamp. The use of the candle is purely decorative. We think it looks pretty. We don't really like to light these things, and certainly if you do, use caution because you never want to leave a lit candle unattended. We've taken our foam and we've taken some of our foliage, our winter foliage. This is balsam or fir. Either of those would work well. Sometimes they sell fir and they call it balsam. And we basically circled around the base of our foam. We continue on this design to add little pieces of our foliage here, going around in a circle, and then finally a few pieces on the top. Just to save us a little time so you can see this coming together quickly, here is the design just a little bit further along. In other words, having taken our foliage and added it here, we've greened our base. And now we're ready to add some interesting things to it. You're going to find the process of doing this is really going to be fun. It's easy because all you're doing is taking little bits of foliage, putting it around, and now we're ready to add some of our materials to it. And what are we going to add to it? Well, the first thing we're going to add to our design are some pine cones. And I've taken a few pine cones, tied a little bit of wire around them, and all we have to do is just poke it right into our foam, and this will give us a very pretty effect. Of course, the beauty of pine cones is that they are very natural looking, they're pretty, and we can get them in the natural state, we can get them painted, we can add glitter to them, but I like them the way they look right here. And I'm just adding a few through. I've got a few more here that I've tied together, and I'm going to add them working in towards the back of the design so that this can be viewed all the way around. So we have a few pine cones here, we've got a few over here as well. Now, the next element that we're going to add to our winter centerpiece here are some of our millimeter balls. These are glass balls. They're a 25 millimeter ball, the particular ones we're using here today, and I have them clustered and I've added a pick to it. Please do be careful when you handle these. They are glass, they are fragile, and you don't want them to break. I've got some gold millimeter balls, and I'm going to place them right down here, right into the front. And you notice that they make quite a splash. The beauty of using the millimeter balls is they give you a very ornate and very rich and lavish look, and they do it rather quickly. They come in a variety of colors. They come in gold, and they come in silver, and they come in red, and they come in green. I'm going to be playing primarily with some red and some gold here today. And you notice that I'm taking them and I'm just placing clusters of them here and there through my design. And I'm placing it like so over on the side, on this side. And I'm going to place some over onto the other side facing away from us as well, because this is meant to be a centerpiece, viewable all the way around. And I'm going to add a few more. Again, I'm mixing my red and also my gold millimeter balls together in this design. So let's add, I've got some red over on this side, let's add a few more over onto this side. You can place these things fairly randomly and come up with really a very pretty effect. Now, I've placed them thus far in big clusters, but you can also take them in smaller groupings, for example, and add smaller groupings of your millimeter balls into a design. So notice that by using a combination of our millimeter balls and our pine cones, we're coming up with something that is quite lovely and is giving us a very pretty effect on this design. So one way you can come up with some very pretty winter type designs is simply by mixing some of your millimeter balls and some of your pine cones together. So I'm taking them and I'm adding a few more. I want to add a couple more over onto this side of the design as well. It gives a very pretty a very rich look. And the beauty of this is that this kind of design, the way we've done it thus far, will last indefinitely. And this is the secret of this design. You can make something like this up, and as long as you've got foam here and you keep the foam damp, your foliage will hold up very, very nicely, and you can get a few weeks out of this very, very comfortably. We could stop at this point on this design. But wait, there's more. Let's play with it just a little bit more. To me, a centerpiece is not complete without flowers. And so let's add a few flowers to it. And so I'm going to add, for example, a rose over on this side. We'll add another rose over here, and we'll add another rose over on this side, because the addition of the flowers make this, in my opinion, extra special and extra nice. So by adding a few of our roses here and there through the arrangement, now it becomes even more special and even nicer. So I'm adding a few of my roses here and there through the design. Once again, I could stop if I wanted to, but let's play with it just a little bit more. Let's take some of our red carnations. And I'm taking a red carnation, placing it here, another one over onto this side here, and I'm integrating them with my millimeter balls and with my pine cones. So by mixing my carnations in here and my roses, notice how this design is becoming more elaborate. It's a little bit fancier, and it adds the natural beauty of our flowers. Now this is a centerpiece. That means it's meant to be viewed all the way around. And that means I want to add a few of my flowers over onto the other side of the arrangement as well. So notice how this design is becoming very, very lush and very, very pretty and a lot more ornate through the addition of my roses and my carnations. Now the beauty and the secret behind this kind of design is that we could stop at any point on this. We could have stopped just with the millimeter balls and the pine cones and had a very, very pretty design. And it would hold very nicely. On the other hand, we could add flowers to it. And the beauty and the secret of this one is that we could just enjoy these flowers, let them last their natural lifespan, as long as we're adding water to the design. And then if the flowers go, we can just pull them out and we can add more flowers to it. So that the beauty of this kind of design and the secret behind this design is its longevity. This is a winter centerpiece that you could make for your dining room table or your entry hall. You could leave it there. You could just use the foliage, the pine cones, and the millimeter balls, or you could add the flowers, and as the flowers go, keep adding more. And as long as you're keeping the foam moist, you've got a good thing going for you on it. And that's the secret of this design, because it's one that'll last incredibly well. We hope you'd enjoyed this little brief demonstration here at Rittner Floral School. At Rittner's Floral School, we offer all kinds of courses. We have long courses, we have short courses, we have day courses, we have evening courses. And in these courses, we teach you things like this, showing you the tricks of the trade, things that will make your designing all that much more effective. Anybody can learn floral designing, and we feel that if you're taught it in a way that's positive and really teaches you some of the little tricks of the trade, you can really do some beautiful things that are going to impress your family and friends. We thank you for visiting us. We hope you visit our website at www.floralschool.com. Again, www.floralschool.com. And we thank you for coming into our classroom today at Rittner School of Floral Design in Boston, Massachusetts. Thank you.